Hey you guys, welcome back to Angel Angela. And on this topic, you guys, we are going to be talking about taking the loss after dealing with a narcissist. You know, just taking that L, taking that loss, because it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good to take a loss when you have invested so much time, so much energy to try to make another person see your value, because that's exactly what it is. It's wanting that narcissist to appreciate you, wanting that narcissist to look at every single thing that you have done for them, to help them either elevate themselves or gave them the energy. You gave them the energy that you hold, to make them feel superior, to make them feel as if they're the prize, when in the beginning they made you feel as if you were the prize through their love bomb, right? And it's a very hard pill to swallow, because you go from being love bombed to finding yourself saying, how did I get here? How could I, be so dumb, so stupid? How did I not see when the shift happened? Or why, when the shift happened, I didn't see it for what it was and walked away from it? Why did I return back to the narcissist when I had already went through this shift already? And last time I said it was going to be the last time, and here I am again. How could bad things happen to me? How could God put me through such difficult situations when God knows I'm hurting? And I say this because I've went through that, you guys, where you feel as if you've went through so much in your life and different obstacles, and you're just like, oh hell no, like how did I get here? Why did I deserve this? And you're kind of like, yes, I know I gained wisdom. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, I know that, I'm a little bit smarter now. I know that I could never allow someone to do that to me again, not in this way. And if I allow someone to do this to me, I'm completely aware of it. And when you're aware of it, that's even worse, because you know what to expect, and you're allowing your value to go down. And when bad things happen, you act surprised all over again. And it happens over and over and over again. It's like bumping your head against the wall and just expecting things to be different, expecting the relationship that you had with these narcissists to be different, or you go back into the relationship thinking, maybe if I do this different, maybe if I'm calmer and I don't get upset quickly, maybe if, when the narcissist picks fights and, discards me for no reason, I know them by now. I know their moods. I know that they're going to say that they're leaving me and they won't come back, but I know clearly that they are, because we have sexually been intimate with each other. They have imprinted on me. They feel my energy when I'm ready to move on. These people are predators, and they prey on you because you don't know your value, and you don't understand the imprintation that they have put upon you, that they have taken your energy and never planned on giving you any energy back. See, when you're with a narcissist and you're in a relationship, you're expecting this exchange, because that's what they're making you believe that they want. And even if, for say some reason, they're giving you reasons to believe that maybe they don't want this relationship, and you might tell this narcissist, look, you're not giving me the attention time, things are changing, you're not what I thought we were going to be, or it's been months, or it's starting to be years, and now I'm starting to see that everything was a lie, or you promised me things that just never were were going to happen. And when I ask you about these things, you make excuses, or you lie, or you tell me, hey, well, things change. My feelings are different. If you want to leave, leave. And you're kind of baffled because you're thinking to yourself about, you're thinking about all the red flags you had in the beginning, and you're thinking of the moments where you told this narcissist, hey, if you don't see my value, then I just don't want to be with you. I just think we should be friends. But the narcissist pleads with you, insists that they don't want to be friends, insists that they're going through things in life, insists that if you just stick with them a little bit longer, things are going to change. And you do it again, and you keep doing it, and then it keeps getting worse. And they stop love bombing you. They don't want to put the work anymore to get you back anymore. They'll still, test the waters. They'll still contact you. They'll send you money. They'll send you gifts. But they just won't. You will never hear them say, I'm sorry. I understand how you really feel. And not just that. Even if they do say sorry or they do apologize, they're not sorry. They know they're not sorry. They don't have remorse. So all they can do is mimic an emotion of what you believe they should say, because in their heart, in their soul, there's nothing there. It's nothing there. They're just reflecting whatever you want to hear while being the boogeyman and expressing all of your fears back onto you, hoping that it will destroy you. They won't even fight for you sometimes. Sometimes they won't even tell you, you were right. I love you. Just I love you. The word I love you won't come out of their mouths. And you're sitting here like, how? Why? I love you. Why would you do something like this to me? I would never do this to you. I would never hurt you like this. I wouldn't purposely leave you or put you in a situation where you're hurt and then kick you down, spit on you on top of that, and abuse you, knowing that you've been a good person to me and I've never done anything to you. You have to, you spend so much time being angry with the narcissist or trying to figure out where did you go wrong, or how, what, where, when, and why. But in actuality, you need to take that L and just really think about what you went through, and think about who you are. Think about your heart and your soul, and think about the love that you have inside of you, because love always wins and love always conquers. And once you love yourself, and you give yourself space away from this person you have tied yourself to, because you didn't know any better. You slept with this person, and they've exchanged all these bad entities and this negative energy that they've been carrying along, and they have tried to transfer it onto you. And you've been taking the karma of the narcissist. You've been going through physical, emotional pain, because the narcissist, you guys, is trying to dodge their karma, and they're using you as a shield. And when that narcissist is gone and you become that shield, and you realize that you had that power all along, that it was you who had that power, because it's every time that you feel strong, that narcissist wants to be around you. That narcissist wants a piece of your cake every single time. So obviously there is some type of value that you bring to the table, but the narcissist will tell you that you're nothing, that no one will care about you, that you will never be happy after them, because they know that they have attached themselves to you, and they know that as long as you're sad, as long as you're by yourself, or as long as you're not being social anymore, the narcissist knows that you're going to spend time thinking about them. Once the narcissist feels that you're strong and you're able to live life again, they'll go some time. They won't talk to you. They know what they've done to you. They know that you were a good person. You know that you did your best. you know that, you beat yourself up about the small things that you might have done back to them out of spite or out of anger, or, out of the abuse that they have caused you. Because I found myself a lot of times thinking to myself, how could I have lost control like that? How could I let my anger, come that far? And that's because the narcissist has, put this effect on me, on my brain, where they had split my personality. I split myself in two because I didn't know who that person that fell for that con, who that person was, because that person was also wearing a mask. I was wearing a mask being with that narcissist because I was becoming a puppet. I was becoming someone that I was not. I started to drift away from my beliefs and from my faith. And my faith is that it's good to be good, because when you're good, it just gets you, it gets you out of a lot of things. And I feel like as good as I portrayed, or I thought I was, because a lot of us, especially me, in my perspective, in my experience, you guys, I felt as if I was a good person and I didn't deserve what I went through, and what I went through was really drastic, right? And I believed that I wasn't as evil as the narcissist, but I realized that by me interacting with the narcissist, and when you're with someone like a narcissist, you're going to hear them speak badly of people, and because this is the person that you're with, you're not understanding that the narcissist cons everyone, and you can't see it in that moment because they've made you believe stories that they fabricated just to see a reaction out of you, just to see if you're going to question what they're saying, just to see if you can think broader and ahead of, or read between the lines. They want to see if you can read between the lines, and they study you and they tell you stories, and they're like, oh wow, he or she, they're so fascinated by what I'm saying, and it's all about me, and me, and I have plans to do this, and I have plans to do that, and you believe I'm not friends with this person, but I really am friends with them. This person, you think they're my sister, brother, or cousin, but I'm really having an affair with them, and I even bring them into our home. You've questioned, where this person came from. I'm telling you, narcissists, you guys, are very sick and twisted people, and you will bump your head against the wall thinking that you did something wrong, or you could have changed something, because it's hard to understand that that person that you were with never existed. That person is literally every day trying to have get energy to survive, and their energy, their special diet is people and using others, male and female. They'll use whoever they can use, whoever they don't have a preference. It's whoever is willing to do for them, whoever is willing to stick around and listen to their fantasy world. It's all about their fantasy world. If you don't feed into their fantasy world, it could sound really ridiculous. Let go of all the time that you believe you wasted, and you realize that it's just part of your story. We all have our own DNA. We're all very different. It doesn't matter your color, how you look. We all have our own DNA, our own story, our own narcissist, our own battle that we have to play superhero in our galaxy. And it's until you realize that, hey, this is my spaceship, and the narcissist is an intruder, an invader, a perpetrator, because they aren't who they say they are. You know that you have to eliminate this person, and it's so hard. You don't want to let them go, or you linger around with the memories, and you're kind of like, yeah, even if you do choose to forgive these people, you just come to a point where you're still kind of like, yeah, this person was evilish, but I loved them. And it hurts me to think of those things, because I never want to be suffering for that long. And I realize that this world is built on suffering, right? But I realize that so many people stay in that suffering and living in that hell. And even when they leave the narcissist, they still will say to themselves, even if they forgive them, it's, oh, yeah, I love that narcissist. Yeah, that was my first love. Or, yeah, he broke my heart. She broke my heart. They will still keep, this love that they had for that narcissist. It won't be as intense. When you leave the narcissist, it feels so dramatic. It feels like you have lost the world. You'll even think about just ending it, because you can't stand that pain anymore, and everyone makes you feel crazy, or they make you feel as if get over it, or they just don't understand what you're going through, or they, or they'll tell you, have faith in God, or come to church with me. And you're just like, why would I want to come to church when you can't even talk to me? And you start looking at these people, and you're like, wow, these narcissists are everywhere. I don't know who to trust. And you feel like you lose a sense of yourself. Because even if you come to the conclusion that, you had to take this loss and you want to go back to how you used to be, you can't even go back to that person, because that person didn't know any better. That person had no experience. And you think, hey, if I go back and do it all over again, I can go through other things, and somehow I'll still have this knowledge. Somehow I'll get this knowledge if I can do it again. And you want to do it again. It's like, I want to go back in time. I want a time machine, because I wasted my time. But the reality is that every single moment of your life that has led you to this point, it wasn't by accident. And even if it took longer, it's still, even the length of time is not an accident, because your light has its own individual shine, and you have your own individual story, and your experiences and your stories are what brings you closer to that faith. And that faith, you guys, is that when you're taking this loss with the narcissist, before I leave and end this message, when you leave the narcissist and you feel empty and you feel like blank, you might have days where you're angry, then you're sad, then you feel super happy, and you have this just this infinite power in you where you feel like you can manifest the world, and then next thing you know, you just feel blank. And there's nothing there, and you're just being. There's no thoughts. You might be indifferent, or you might just be happy, that you made it out alive. And you might have moments where a part of your brain is like, I'm sad. But then your other side is like, No, shut up. You're not sad. You're not really sad. You were tired of this person. You were so freaking tired of looking at them. You were tired of talking to them. You had no energy to argue with them. You had no energy to fake argue with them about things that you didn't even create. And when you realize that, and you realize the knowledge that you have gained, it's going to take a while for you to process everything. You're like a computer that's downloading. So you will find yourself downloading files and going over things over and over again. You're downloading everything. You're throwing everything that you don't need in the trash. Memories that were very horrible, you're saving them, but you're keeping them, in these files that you're hoping one day you won't have to reopen. You're putting yourself back together, and when you put yourself back together and you realize that you have no choice but to keep moving forward, because if you don't get out of this dark place, things will only get worse. If you go out into the world and you're communicating with people and you run across narcissists who just feel your energy, they feel your pain, you might be smiling, but they can still sense you. They sense the light. They will try to provoke you. And that will make you either quickly to get angered because of all the trauma that you went through, and you're on your fight or flight. Your ship has been attacked. Your avatar has been attacked in so many ways. You react. You're sensitive to people. You're sensitive to strangers. You're sensitive to love, to looking at relationships. You're sensitive to music. You might lose interest in everything because you might feel as if, hey, none of this actually matters. And when you let these things in your everyday life affect you, and things keep getting worse because now you feel as if it can't get any better, guess what? It will get worse. And even if it gets worse, but you have faith in you have faith in your avatar, in your universe, that you can create an exit plan from this nightmare or these obstacles that keep reappearing in different ways. Once you learn to control yourself by not reacting to all these fears and all these things that keep reappearing and keep making you feel as if, hey, I had to take an L. I had to take an L because of this and that. Once you accept the loss, once you accept the experience, and you say, hey, no one's going to save me. The narcissist made me feel like he was going to save me because I shared my trauma and my all my nightmares. I shared it with them and they became my worst nightmare. Once you realize, hey, can't anyone help me achieve my dream but me, because it's my dream. It's not their dream, it's mine. They wanted me to help them with their dream, and I helped them. You helped the narcissist with their dream as much as you could because you're a good person. But once you realize that you have a dream too, then you won't want anything to do with the narcissist. You won't want to go back no matter how miserable you might feel. And if you keep moving forward, that dream can become a reality. And that's what the narcissist doesn't want you to know or understand, is that your dream can become a reality. They know that. They know these things. This is why they feel as if, hey, I'm living my dream, live your dream, because you're just a character in my dream. if you don't like this dream, get out of this dream and go into your dream. And you're kind of like, no, I don't know how to create my own dream. I lost my dream. Go back into that canvas that's blank and start coloring it slowly, and once you truly start finding yourself, it's going to become so normal to you to put yourself first, and you won't care about the opinion of others. And when you're in that true happiness, blissful moment, and you look around, you will realize, wow, this is what being happy is all about. It's not about, oh, look at those people being happy. They're all being fake, or they're all stupid, or they're all acting dumb, or, you always want to make a perception of people because you've been, going through this hell with this narcissist, and now you believe there's no good out there. And once you start coloring this picture, coloring yourself in color, you realize that your world is the only thing that matters, and then that attracts people to want to be in your world. And when they come, you're okay if they come, and you're okay if they leave. But the party must keep going because, hey, it's another day. It's another day to party. And if my party means being in my backyard, having a cocktail, relaxing, listening to, some Mozart, then that's what it is, But once you get in that blissful moment where you're not expecting anything from anyone, you're not expecting anything in return, because that's all you do when you're with a narcissist. Expect something for your birthday. Expect something for the holidays. Expect them to be nice to you. You're always expecting. And when you lose expectations and those things come to you, and you just have faith that, eventually things are going to change because you're changing. You're not running back to anyone that doesn't see your value. And things start to change, or things start to happen in your life, you're like, wow, look at that. That was my faith in the universe. And then guess what? Something bad happens again. But then when you look back, the universe has brought you a step ahead than you were a couple of days ago, a month ago, a year ago. And if you keep moving forward, other bad things will come your way, but if you keep having faith, those things that you need will multiply because you're not giving up on yourself. And then you realize that you're the creator of your world. You realize that there's going to be people and missiles firing at your spaceship, but you will realize, hey, I have to keep going. Hey, I have to, move up the speed. Oh, this person's not the type of person I need to be around. Fast forward, it's time to get on the highway and leave this person in the rear view, and take that loss, take that L. And it's hard. It's hard because people will play with your life for years to the point where it's like you want to hurt them. And then you realize when you watch these shows, you're like, oh, wow, now I see how, these women lose their mind, or these men lose their mind because this person was, getting married with multiple people, or, and then you're like, how? This person's not that attractive, but they're sitting here making soul ties with different people and giving themselves energy that is not theirs. It's borrowed. And the narcissist, they're literally sitting on borrowed time. Their time, you guys. You hear that? That's the sound of their life ticking. Because every moment that they're around, they're either making others miserable or they're making themselves feel miserable. And they always need a rush. They always need a rush. And while they're sitting here chasing something that they'll never get, You're sitting here patiently just receiving abundance, just receiving it. And the narcissist they're coming to you wanting a piece of your abundance. It takes time to realize the losses. It takes time because you have to believe in something higher than you until you finally believe in yourself and realize that it's inside of you. The power is inside of you. And it's really hard, you guys. It really is. It's very hard. It's painful. You feel as if maybe I could have done something. I wonder if they're thinking about me because I'm thinking about them. I wonder if they feel bad. I know they don't feel bad, but I want them to feel bad, or I want them to care, or I how could they just not think of me anymore? Think of yourself for once. You've been in this cycle for so long. How about taking a different type of cycle, especially when you've had narcissist family? It's like you're going from different cycles of the same type of character, the same type of energy, and you're wondering why things don't change because you're keeping the same energy around. It's like you are who your friends are. You're around your friends. You know, these type of friends eventually, you'll start, gravitating to them where things are sticking onto you. You're around your narcissist family for so long. Even if you're not a narcissist, being a victim of narcissists, you victimize yourself to be the victim as the narcissist comes in your life and they control you because they feel as if you've been controlled in your past, even if it's with family. So, it's hard to have faith in something that you don't see. You're like, I don't see God. So you have narcissists around you who give you idols, who give you statues, pictures of what they believe is God. But in reality, God is all around you, and God is love, and God is always on your side. When these people are showing you that they don't have any light, God is there teaching you, hey, this is what a person with no light looks like. This is how to separate the living from the dead. Now you understand what is living and what is dead. Now you understand what is fake and what is real. And let me tell you, before this experience, a lot of you, I know I was, I was fake. And I wasn't fake because, I wasn't fake because I was, doing malicious things. I wasn't fake because I was doing fake things to the narcissist just because they were doing fake things to me. I was fake because I was plastic. My emotions didn't mean anything because those emotions that I gave to the narcissist, they weren't real because the narcissist wasn't real. I was fake because I didn't understand who I was. How can I be real and speak some real stuff to other people if everything coming out of my mouth is fake because I've never been through anything? The narcissist people in your life make you real because now you're a real person with real feelings that understands that their feelings can be false sometimes, although your intentions are always good because you have love. But that love, when you find it in other people, that same love, because you see them hurting, when you see that person hurting and you can relate to them, or you can understand why they might feel that way, and you can empathize for them, and you can love them without being in love with them. You can just love them, have love for them, wish them well. That makes you real, and that makes them real. You're dealing with a real person with real emotions. The narcissist had none, and you know the difference now. You know the difference between a real person and a fake plastic person. So I hope this message was helpful, you guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't. And let me know your thoughts on this subject, you guys. Talk to you guys on the next one. Love you guys. Bye.